This is it. The final clashing of titans that nobody really was asking for, but everybody's gonna watch it because this is Godzilla versus Kong. Let me preface this review by saying that I have only seen the first Godzilla movie made in 2014 and Kong Skull Island. The reason I decided not to watch the second Godzilla flick is because I got sick and tired of the whole watch these uncharismatic characters go through this uninteresting plot they'll never care about. However, considering this is a huge cinematic experience that this company has been going at for 7 years now, I felt the need to watch it. I was giving it a chance. I was excited to watch this movie, but unfortunately, it just does the same thing that they've been doing since 2014. We follow these uninteresting side characters as we go into these boring plots that are just teasing us minute by minute about the next huge awesome monster fight sequence. Now, listen, it's not that the characters are bad per se, they're acted well, everything's fine, but that's all it is, it's just fine, it's not interesting at all. And you would think that with all the money and talent they have behind these movies, they would at least be able to write a few interesting characters to fill the moments between fight sequences. But the rest of the movie is really awesome. The CGI in this movie is crazy. It looks real. It looks like there's a huge lizard fighting a huge gorilla. The art direction in this movie is jaw-dropping with amazing cinematography, amazing fight sequences, and the audio. There's this roar-off that Godzilla and Kong has, and it's so cool. Godzilla was kind of made out to be a villain in this movie, which I don't necessarily think is the best idea considering how the past two Godzilla movies have kind of built him up as this good guy. However, Godzilla makes a damn cool villain. They do a couple shots of Godzilla having an evil smile. It's pretty dope. It's pretty cool. Oh, and King Kong gets to show off his axe swinging abilities, and it makes the fight so much more complex and fun and interesting to watch. Around that time, I was getting a little sick and tired of just the punching and the kicking, so it just added on to the awesomeness that was happening before my eyes. And something that I think is really cool in this movie that not a lot of action movies do, they heavily incorporated the environment around the character for the fight sequences. Kong uses this top of a skyscraper as a shield against Godzilla's blast, and then hits him with it, and then Godzilla jumps from boat to boat as landmarks when there's having this huge water fight. It's really interesting and makes you feel like you're there with the characters. And Mechagodzilla does make an appearance in this movie, and although I do think it was a little cheesy, I would be lying if I told you I didn't get super giddy when King Kong ripped off its head and roared and pounded his chest. That was awesome. All in all, this movie is no different than its predecessors. I was really hoping that this movie would stand out around the others, but it's just as boring. This movie finds creative, exciting, and new ways to plan out their action sequences, and they're definitely improving in that field. But they just can't help writing these terrible, bland characters that just dominate every film. This movie is pretty enjoyable. I'd recommend checking it out, especially if you have HBO Max, because it's free. But it's no ending extravaganza like the Avengers or Avengers 2, 3, or 4. So when it comes down to it, I give this movie a 7 out of 10.